Good morning, everybody. Lesley Myrick here, interior designer and Nancy Ganzikoffer's associate coach. I'm coming at you from the first day of school for my kids, which is insane. And with a new haircut, you might notice the difference from past videos. I feel like I'm wearing a wig, but we're going to roll with it and see. Anyway, I'm so excited to be hanging out with you this morning because we've got a really good topic, and that is, who is my ideal client? You have probably heard about ideal clients before. As an interior designer, you need to know who you're talking to. You need to know who you are marketing to. And that would be your ideal client, not just any client. This isn't just somebody with money, but who is a dream client for you? What is a dream project for you? What does an ideal client look like? Where do they hang out? What are they interested in? How do you find them? This stuff is really tricky. And when I first started my interior design business, I was given this exercise to do: figure out your ideal client. What magazines do they read? What books do they like? Where do they go to eat lunch? And I remember thinking, if I knew that, I would have more clients, but I don't know how to figure this stuff out. So I'm going to give you a few tips today on how to discover who your ideal client is so that you can find them, engage them in a project, send them an airtight contract, and have an amazing business. So, there are three things I want you to think about when starting to figure out your ideal client. And I'm going to start by saying, if you have past clients, think about those. If you have not yet had an ideal client, someone that you loved working with, that was profitable, that you would want to work with again, approach this exercise from the perspective of who do I want to work with, and start there. So there are three things that I want you to consider when you are starting to figure out who your ideal client is. Number one, who have been your best clients in the past and what do they have in common? So again, if you have not had great past clients, just start thinking of who you want to work with. If you have had some projects under your belt, who were your best clients? And my criteria for that is I liked them and I liked working with them. The project was an appropriate size, scope, and investment. We had fun and it was profitable. So when I went looking back through my past jobs, there were three or four that really checked all those boxes. And I started thinking about what all these people had in common. For me, they were all parents, they were all business owners or executives. And funnily enough, if you're familiar with the Enneagram personality assessment, they were all Enneagram threes, like me, the high achiever. So knowing that, I was able to start using that kind of language and understand that I was typically talking to busy professionals, parents, and people that were successful and high achievers. So start thinking about demographics and lifestyle. It's not just income and neighborhood, although that is part of it. Are there neighborhoods where your ideal clients live? There might be an income level that they kind of need to be at. You're never going to ask that question, but a client that makes $100,000 a year is very different from a client that makes $1 million a year. But demographics, lifestyle, personality, what did all these best favorite clients have in common? And can that start pulling together an ideal client profile for you? So that's the first thing I want you to look at. Let's go back to your past clients, see what the great clients have in common, see what common threads you can find between them. The second thing you're going to do to help determine your ideal client is think about, what are their pain points? And another way to word this is just, why did they hire you? What brought those clients to you? What wasn't working? What was the struggle? What were they looking to solve? And this doesn't always have to be something super negative. It could be, we're really successful and we need a bigger house. Okay, that's a great pain point. So start looking at those commonalities as well. Are all your clients renovating kitchens because their kids are getting older and they want a better family hangout space? Are these clients busy and maybe work with other designers who didn't take the lead and have that turnkey stress-free service that you can offer? So what are your clients' pain points? Also known as, why did they hire you? Why did they choose you over someone else? Or why did they just hire you in general? And the third thing I want you to consider when you are figuring out who your ideal client is, what is their decision-making style? I cannot stand working with clients who are indecisive. If someone needs to think about it and they take a month and they go back and forth and have questions, that is not my person. When I'm designing, when I'm working, it's very intuitive for me, and I'm a fast decision maker. I work well with fast decision makers that can say, yes, I like that. No, I don't like that. I'm going to defer to you on that decision. Let's go forward. For me, I like quick, decisive clients. Other designers might not be looking for that in an ideal client, and you might be more suited to hold the hand of a client who is struggling with making decisions, who is feeling overwhelmed and unsure about how to invest their money and needs that personality type to help them through this process. So, with all of these, there isn't a good or bad, right or wrong. It just is knowing, what do you want in a client, and how do you find that ideal client? What are they looking for? What do they have in common? What are their pain points? What is their decision making style? Those are all things to look at when you are considering your ideal client. So, this is a big topic, and it is definitely something that we dive into in great detail in our year-long coaching and mastermind program, the Profit Insiders Academy. Our next group is starting in September, and I'm going to share with you that we are offering a special bonus when you apply before August 6th. So you've got a few more days, but just go apply and get on Nancy's calendar. You are going to get a special bonus when you join Profit Insiders, and that is our contract templates bundle, which I don't know if we've ever given away before. So this is a sweet deal. That is a $575 value. So just for signing up and joining Profit Insiders, you're going to get the contract bundle with designer for a day, designer on call, full service, new build, and renovate. There's a lot of great stuff in there, along with training videos and a lot of tools to support you implementing those contracts into your business. So if you're struggling with knowing who your ideal client is, or struggling how to reach them, struggling knowing who you are as a designer, please, please, please check out the link. It's going to be in the description to apply for the Profit Insiders Academy. There is no pressure. You get on Nancy's calendar for an application review call. If it's a great fit, she will tell you, and you can party on and enjoy your free contracts and start supercharging your business today. And if it's not a fit, Nancy is really amazing at helping direct you to something else that might better support you where you are in business. So come find your ideal client, and also nail down your pricing, your processes, your services, everything in the Profit Insiders Academy. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. If you have any questions about your ideal client or how to find your ideal client, please leave a comment, and our team will do our best to get back to you and respond. And I'll be back here next week for another episode of The Profitable Interior Designer. Have a good one.